each day of the week. Come on, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. What you waiting for? Come and take a seat. Like and subscribe, this is where you wanna be. Cause you know we gon' talk about it. Let's talk about it. Get in here, we in here tonight. So get in here, we in here to vibe.
Hey y'all, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you guys doing? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me. Thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me. All right, y'all can see I'm doing something else. Where y'all at? Oh, I see the thumbs up. Hey y'all, how's it going? It's Thursday. We done made it, child. We done made it to Thursday. It is almost Friday. We done made it. We done made it. We done made it, baby. Thank God we done made it, okay? Thank God, thank God, thank God. Anyway, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? I see the thumbs up. Hey, morning, ladies. Hey, girl. How's it going? This is your girl. There's so much going on. So much, but not much. But a whole lot. You know what I mean? We still safe behind the gates, baby. You hear me? We got 214 people here. Please hit that thumbs up button for me, please. And thank you. She said, hey, morning chat. Driving home from work. Talk to y'all. Okay, girl, be careful driving. Hey, big sis Glenn. Hey, Mrs. Heard. How y'all doing? Come vibe with Arlisha. Okay, I'm loving these come vibe with. Okay. Oh, wait a minute, KJ. KJ said, love you, big sis. I've been working at my son's AAU season started. I always give you the views, though. Thank you so much. 17 months. I appreciate you, baby. I appreciate all the love. I appreciate you guys showing up. She said, here in the gated community. Okay, Liznette. Lynn, how you say your name? Liznetta. Hey, y'all. She said, still in the gated community. Hey, Yolanda, girl. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Hit that thumbs up button for me, please, and thank you. I have my coffee link pinned to the top if you guys want to, bless your sister. Bless your girl with a coffee. I appreciate it, honey. Y'all know I love coffee, baby, with extra cream and extra sugar. Okay. All that. Okay. Today we got a story. We're gonna talk about a guy. Y'all know I love coming on here talking about different relationship topics, narcissistic, toxic ass relationships when they break up and shit like that. And how narcissists move after the breakup. So we're gonna talk about one today. Another narc couldn't handle the breakup. So, he wanted to be abusive in peace. Okay. And some of them can't handle it. So we're gonna talk about that today. Thank you, Barbara, for becoming a member. Welcome to the family. Thank you, LaTanya, baby. Welcome back. Welcome back, baby. All right. She said, hey, everybody just got off work. Perfect timing. Yes, Sandra. Hey, girl. Hey, Impeccable Aura. She said, hey, chat at Amazon getting y'all packages ready. Oh, you working at Amazon? Okay, girl. You one of my favorite people. I love me some Amazon. I don't care what anybody say. People always try to say things like Amazon is cheap or, you know, um, who works at Amazon, who would do that or whatever. I mean, not work at Amazon, but who would shop at Amazon? Me. Me. I do. Okay. So anyway, she said, good afternoon. Hey, Loud Talkers. Hey, girl. Loud Talkers and the Dog Walkers, baby. I know y'all be up in here deep. She said, I love Amazon too. I know people be tripping. You know what? I got some bar stools from Amazon and they were name brand bar stools. Y'all better stop sleeping on Amazon. People think Amazon is what do you call that? What do you call it where they have used products? Um, like refurbished stuff. But that is not the case, baby. Y'all better stop playing. Honey, Amazon got just as much name brand. You know how many companies shop with Amazon or not shop, but do business with Amazon? A lot of companies do business with Amazon, like name brand companies or whatever. So Amazon helps sell their stuff. People are so delulu. You hear me? Y'all better stop, honey. I like the way that Amazon get it to you quickly, baby, in a day, sometime 4 hours, depending on what you get and shit. That shit you can order it in the morning and it be there in the evening. All right, y'all. We are going to talk about a guy named Maxwell Lartery. I think that's how you say it, Lartery. And we're going to talk about Samantha Bozeman. Have y'all heard about that story? We are going to talk about that story today, okay? She says, I bought an emerald green accent chair with ottomans from Amazon, and it's sturdy and cute. Listen, I'm telling you, I got bar stools from Amazon, and they're, I want to say Brockwell, or they're name brand bar stools, okay? All right? Stop playing. She says wholesale or something companies, but the products of Amazon are all name brand. That's what I'm saying. Like, they may, back in the day, they may have had used products, but to these days, that product is on point, okay? Stop playing. All right, let me bring this up for you guys, and hopefully you guys can hear. But we're going to talk about this story right here. I'm going to play the news clipping, and then we're going to get into it because, baby, this is important information. I'm going to tell y'all one thing. I hate to see anybody being used, right? Especially for money, because, you know, we all work hard for our money, right? How many of you guys work damn hard for your money? Raise your hand if you work damn hard for your money, okay? Whether you work for yourself, have your own business, or you clock in for somebody else every day. Raise your hand if you work damn hard for your coins, honey. Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you work damn hard for your coins. I see a few hands going up. I see a few hands going up. All right, I see them hands. Work damn hard for your coins. No matter where they come from, you work damn hard for your coins. Now, with those that raise your hands, how many of y'all that work damn hard for your coins want to meet a guy that don't have a job, but he wants you to take care of him? Anybody? Have you ever ran across a man or was in a relationship with a man, or, you know, a guy wanted to be in a relationship with you where he wanted you to work and he was okay with you paying the bills, take care of everything, and his ass just wanted to live for free and get mad at you for not wanting to continue to take care of his ass? Have any of y'all met somebody like that before? She said, get somebody else to do it. Okay, Marissa, that's what I'm talking about. She said, never, nope. I would ever entertain anyone with no job and no business. Girl, what you just said? She said, no, and I'm glad I haven't. Okay, so nobody in this audience has met a man that didn't have a job. Maybe they was between jobs. Y'all know a man that say he between work, honey. You got to side-eye his ass, okay? Straight side-eye his ass, okay? She said, Cora ex-husband. Dawn said, Cora ex-husband. They want to, you know what? You're right. There are men out there that want women to straight take care of them. You know what I'm saying? You know, they have excuses after excuses after excuses of why they asses cannot work. All right. So we are going to hear a news article about this guy named Maxwell Lartery. I think that's how you say his name. He was dating a young lady by the name of Samantha Bozeman. She was 51. Now, already this is a kind of a, you know, a dead giveaway if you ask me, because the age difference, he 33 and she 51. Now, I know that it can be done, you know, and people do it all the time and whatnot. However, I don't understand why, but for the life of me, what a 51-year-old want with a 33-year-old. But we're going to hear this news story and then we're going to get into it, okay? Maxwell and Samantha, let's listen to it, okay? Hold on. Let's go back. Where's my volume? Oh, right here. Hold on. Oh, shoot. Let's listen to it.
We're tired of burying our women to abusers. I break down and cry every single day. Some days I don't even want to go on. It's like, okay, you're guilty. Dang, my mom still's not gonna hug me. My mom's still not here. But he needs to be locked up.
Samantha Bozeman tried to close the door on her 4-year relationship with Maxwell Lartery. And in retaliation, he fired a gun through her front door, captured on Ring video, and killed her. Say Fulton County Chief Senior Assistant District Attorneys Cassie Hall and Christina Robinson.
And there's another video that I have where he's saying, if you come outside, I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna shoot your house.
Who say Max Lartery fired 4 shots through the door and 3 of them struck Samantha Bozeman, mortally wounding her.
Is there a lesson for others in troubled relationships? I would say yes. I would say no, and enough is enough.
Ms. Hall and Ms. Robinson say earlier this month a jury convicted Lartery of murder and more. And Senior Judge David Emerson sentenced him to life in prison with the possibility of parole, plus 5 years, plus 10 years probation if he ever made parole.
Just a beautiful spirit, just happy, joyful. She could get on you if she had to, but You're just a happy, helping person.
Two trial prosecutors say Lartery, 33 at the time of the shooting, had not been contributing to the household bills and wanted Ms. Bozeman, 51 at the time, to give up custody of two of her grandchildren whom she had adopted. Sephora Ferguson says shortly before the shooting, her mom came to Ms. Ferguson's job crying. She's like, I'm done with him. I'm done with him. And everything like that. Prosecutors say Atlanta police, alerted by neighbors who heard gunshots earlier in the day and had not been able to reach Ms. Bozeman on her phone for hours, arrived to find shattered glass and shell casings. And in her kitchen, police found Samantha Bozeman dead, though she had been alive and bleeding for some time and might have lived if Lartery had called for help soon after the shooting.
He's walking down the street calling her out her name. He's still making threats.
Instead, Ms. Robinson and Ms. Hall say Lartery traveled about Metro Atlanta.
Okay, so I'm going to stop it right there, okay? I don't even like the sound of that guy's voice, but listen. So this old trifling-ass 33-year-old guy, he was living with Samantha. They had a 4-year relationship. He wasn't contributing to the bills at all. And every woman had a breaking point, and she reached hers after 4 years, and she put him out. As you can see him carrying his little things down the road, right? He got mad because she kicked him out. Why? Because this joker wanted to live for free. He didn't want to pay damn bill in the house. She had been paying the bills for 4 years. And she also adopted two of her, I want to say nieces or grandkids or something like that. I think grandkids. And he wanted her to give up the 2 grandkids that she adopted. So now she didn't adopt the kids because they need a place to stay or whatever, or adopted or just brought them into her house. She was caring for them. And his trifling ass, 33 years old, like, nah, get him up. I don't want you to have these kids, get these kids up. And she says no. So she chose the kids and her sanity over him. She tried to put him out. Now, this is where I want to talk about, you guys. You do have to be very, very careful when you are already in a toxic relationship. You are already with a nutcase and you try to break up with him like this by telling him to leave, get out. I'm done with you. After 4 years, she told him to get out. And guess what he did? He retaliated by popping her to death. Okay? She's gone. She's no longer here. As she put him out, he took his weapon, and we saw that. Let me see. How do you, well, y'all saw it. We'll go back to it. He fired through the door. He fired through the door. Okay? And unalived her. Absolutely unalived her. Why? Because he wanted to be he wanted to live for free. He wanted to be a whole deadbeat. 33 years old living with a 51-year-old. And guess what? Even after he shot her multiple times through the door, he walked down the street. He was caught on camera walking down the street, holding his bags of clothes just like that. Still calling her names. Still calling her names. It was caught on several Ring cameras of him walking down the street, still calling her names after he done did what he did. All because she said enough is enough. Yeah, she said enough is enough. I don't want to have to deal with this no more. I'm done with you. Now, before she said that, she had already complained about him to her friends and even her job. She went to her job and she said, I'm done with this guy. I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of taking care of him. I'm sure when she first got with him, she probably thought, oh, I got me a nice little boy toy. But what good is a boy toy if he doesn't want to add to the expenses? This 33, they supposed to have the energy, the drive, you know what I mean? To go out there and get a job. His lazy ass wanted to live off of her. And he did for 4 years. This joker, when he did work, he didn't give her no money. He didn't contribute toward the bills at all. She totally took care of him, and she got tired of it after 4 years, which, I mean, good Lord. It would have been 4 months for me. But you wouldn't even moved in my house if we haven't already done talked about, what bill you gonna take on, what you gonna pay. You understand what I'm saying? But this is what I was talking about yesterday when I said there's different forms of abuse. This guy financially abused her for 4 years. Living with someone and not contributing toward no household expenses is financial abuse, especially from a damn man when it comes to a woman. So she was his sugar mama for 4 years, apparently, and she got tired of it. She says, I'm done. I'm done. I don't want to do this no more. So she tells him to get out. That's why we got to be careful when you're in these type of domestic violence relationship, when you know that this guy's already have some abuse tendencies or whatever, we have to be very strategic, even when putting them out. Maybe if she had somebody there or even had called the cops to be there when she put him out. But she told him to leave. A lot of, we tell people, get out, leave, don't deal with this type of stuff. Even while telling him, I'm done, trying to end a 4-year toxic relationship, she loses her life. She loses her life to an old bum, to a bum, to a guy that did not want to work, to a guy that was broke as a joke, to a guy that was insecure. So he was found guilty of murder, as he should have been, and he got life in prison with the possibility for parole plus 5 years, as well as 10-year probation. So if he's ever paroled, he would still have to do 10 years probation. This doesn't make any sense. He wanted her to give up custody of 2 of her own grandkids. Oh yeah, it did say that she adopted. She adopted it. Okay? She adopted her 2 grandkids, and he was like, I don't want you. He would rather her take care of him than the grandkids. The chat is not moving at all. She says, not victim blaming, but she had no business getting with the 29-year-old broke bum because she was probably established. That's true. But raise your hand if you would date. If you are 50 in your 50s and you would date somebody in their 30s, raise your hand as a woman. As a woman, if you was in your 50s, would you date somebody in their 30s? I don't know if something is wrong with the chat. It's not moving at all. Oh, there it goes. Okay. I see no, hell no. No, she said, this is sick. Who is his parents? I don't know. You think his parents have anything to do with it? She said, depends on where he was in life. Okay, Vanessa. She says, ain't no way. So, Vanessa, let me ask you this. Would you date a dude that don't have a job? That does not work? Does not contribute? Some of these guys like to say, oh, I'm in between work. I'm in between work. She said at 51, she probably got kids his age. She was caring for her grandkids. 2 of her grandkids. She probably did have kids his age, but she was caring for 2 of her grandkids. And he even yelled at her. He threatened her by saying, if you come outside, I'm going to shoot you. I'm going to shoot your house. And he did. And they said, why did he do this? Well, because he resented the breakup. You ain't going to break up with me. You ain't going to break up with me. So he did not want to end the 4-year relationship. She said, well, I'm 44 and my husband is 33, but he came through the doors on business. Okay, KSMR, I hear you, baby. She said he came through the door on business. Okay, so you 10 years older than your husband, but he got a job. That's a difference. She said, hell no, unless he's retired and got a pension. I hear you. She says, hell no, I'm not dating no man that don't have no job, period. But some of these women, and she wasn't an unattractive girl. Let's go back to her. Well, let me see if I got another picture of her. No, that's not her. But, as you can see in the video right there, now, and that's the wrong way to break up too. She was breaking up with him. Okay, this is her right here. She's not an unattractive girl, but she was breaking up with him, yelling and screaming too, and she know he have a weapon. So you got to be careful sometime when you're doing that type of stuff. She said, I like to see a man work even when he get off and come home and work some more. Damn, Bree. Damn, girl. She said, age has nothing to do with it. However, no. She said, meanwhile, he probably had other females around. No job. Nope, I'll stay single. Too young for me. Yeah. So she wasn't an unattractive young lady. She was actually a beautiful lady, but her life was cut short. Okay. This happened in Fulton County, Georgia. I think that might be Atlanta area, Fulton County. But anyway, another one of our sisters gone because of domestic violence, because of financial abuse. I was just looking for a story for financial abuse because it is so common. A lot of people don't realize it is, the man, he get into the relationship and he don't want to contribute. Even if he did have a job and made money, he still didn't want to give her no money to help with the bills. She says, I'm older than my guy, but we good. We've been together for 6 years. Okay, that's what's up. Perfectly imperfect. Hey, Ashley, she said, at work, but listen, happy Thursday. Hey, baby. She said, I hear you, Bree. Yeah, so she said, hell no, I'm not dating no man that don't have a job, period. Yeah, it is so sad, but we lost another sister. And then, listen, after he did what he did, y'all, like I said, he was walking down the street calling her names, just still calling her names even after he popped her. But guess where they found him at when they went looking for him? They found him at Hooters. So this man then did what he did, and then now he in Hooters chilling, honey, eating wings, looking at girls in booty shorts. Just got kicked out, just unalived his ex, and he in Hooters. What? So you didn't have no money to pay toward the light bill, pay toward the rent, pay toward the gas, pay toward the cars, but you at Hooters? After you done unalived me? Now you at Hooters? This dude was found at Hooters. Yeah. So anyway, he ended up getting life in prison. And yeah, it was all resentment, all over resentment because he didn't want to pay bills. That's it. That's all. That was the reason why he unalived her, But I will say this, and I'm not blaming her at all, but you got to be careful when you already got a hot-headed person. Stirring the pot by going back and forth, yelling and screaming, arguing or whatever with someone that's already violent. That's not a good idea. Okay? It's not a good idea. Now, when I say it's not a good idea, if you know you're going to leave the relationship and you really, really going to leave the relationship, there's nothing wrong with calling 911 and having them there, to see that joker get all his shit and get out. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. Get your shit and get out, Yeah, so anyway, that's a tragic loss, unfortunately. And her sister, she left behind some sisters, her mother and her grandmother. She says, there's no way I can get up every morning for work and there is a man sleeping in my bed. Leslie disabled, huh? She said, this is so sad. It's absolutely sad. So if you find yourself in a situation like that, again, I say, call the police, let them know, hey, you know what? I'm in a relationship. I don't know if he is going to do anything, but he does have a weapon. I just want to protect myself. Can you guys come and assist me? Now, I'm not saying I'm not saying he's not going to come back and do something to you later, but the initial, anybody that's being broke up with, going to be upset. You understand what I'm saying? So initially, have the cops to escort him off your property. They would do that. Now, I want to bring you guys another story right quick. I know we're running into different stories. Now, this one right here was really weird to me. I don't understand it for the life of me because when I listened to this story, everybody talked about how wonderful their relationship is. Okay, so we're switching up gears just a little bit. Now, I know y'all going to raise your hands on this one. How many of you guys have ever experienced a couple that y'all just thought was a match made in heaven, right? Like, oh my God, their relationship is so great, right? And you may even envy their relationship just a little bit because they just got along. They just had it going on. They was always smiling and having fun. And nobody ever would even suspect that they had anything going on. And come to find out that it wasn't peaches and roses like everybody thought it was. And, you was left shocked like, what? What the hell happened? No way. This story that I am about to bring you guys right now is about a couple in Johnston County. They were everybody's idol. Everybody was like, oh my God, this is the best couple ever. They had it going on financially. They had it going on, their family loved each other. And guess what? Come to find out, the relationship was rocky and the husband unalived her and then turned around and unalived himself. Let's talk about this one. This is that type of domestic violence that nobody suspects. Here we go.
Loved ones of the victims are still struggling to understand how something like this could have happened. They say the couple was married for over 20 years and there was never any signs of domestic abuse. They even told me they didn't know a gun was in the home. Total surprise. He adored her. Whatever Renee wanted, Chris would give it to her. Marion Shaw is still coming to grips with the fact that she'll never see her oldest daughter, Teresa Adams Pugh, again. The family called her Ree. 11, the life of our family party. Marion says her daughter had 4 children and 15 grandchildren. They say Teresa was proud that her granddaughter Denia was heading to North Carolina A&T this fall. She just wanted us to be the best we could be, like you could tell. The Johnston County Sheriff's Office says around 6:45 Saturday afternoon, their dispatch center received a call from 10 Taney Drive in Garner. Investigators say the caller said nothing before hanging up, which prompted 911 communications to call the number back. That's when the sheriff's office says a man answered the phone saying he did not call 911. The dispatch overheard a woman in the background saying, "Why do you want to kill me? I need help." When deputies arrived, they heard a gunshot inside the home. 911 communications called the number back, and the man told them he would come outside to speak with officers. But when he didn't, negotiators tried to convince him to come outside. They ultimately had to obtain a search warrant to enter the home. And that's when they found 53-year-old Chris Pugh and his wife, 54-year-old Teresa Adams Pugh, a couple who loved ones say have been married for more than 20 years. The Johnston County Sheriff's Office is investigating this tragedy as a murder-suicide. And loved ones say they saw no signs of domestic abuse.
He would never, like my papa he never yelled at us or like there's no way you would suspect it. Like, he never yelled at us or whooped none of that.
He wasn't violent at all.
You couldn't even say you've seen him mad because I can count on my hands how many times I did. None of that.
Neighbors who didn't want to be identified say during the standoff, officers were asking residents to either evacuate or not come home.
I pulled up my Ring doorbell and an officer was approaching, just telling me, please do not come home. He wouldn't tell me what was going on, but just said, just don't come home and I will let you know when it is safe to come home.
And like loved ones of the victims, this homeowner was also in shock after learning what happened to her neighbors.
They kept to themselves, but very friendly, supportive with my son would have a lemonade stand and they would come support.
And now this family is left with questions as they are forced to grieve the loss of 2 lives forever. Chris was a good man. I'm not going to say he just did the wrong thing. And the family of Teresa Adams Pugh plans to lay her to rest this Saturday.
All right, so let's go back a little bit. I want to put I want to pause on the couple, the 20 right here. This couple right here. Let me get this R. Let's go. Oh, I don't like the little things. But anyway, this couple married for 20 years. Okay, y'all heard the mother-in-law, well, the mother of Teresa and the mother-in-law of Chris, right? She said he was a good man. Even after he done already unalived her daughter and unalived himself, she's still saying, dang, he was a good man. She said, I can't say nothing bad about him because he was a good man. No one saw this coming. This couple had been married over 20 years, never argued in front of nobody. Nobody was able to come forward and say they didn't heard them argue, fight, fuss, whatever, right? Even the grandkids said, my papa never even raised his hands at us. He never whooped us. He never fussed at us. He was such a nice guy. They loved each other. They had it going on and whatnot. This is in Garner, North Carolina. They may have gotten into an argument or they may have been living behind the scenes, right? And no one knew what they was going through behind the scenes. But the 911 call, right? When the 911 called back, they heard her asking, why do you want to K me? Why? Why do you want to K me? Now, I don't know if he snapped. I don't know if, because no one can tell what happened because he unalived himself as well. But after 20 years of marriage and everybody thinking this is the idol couple, he took her life and then he took his. Such a sad situation, right? This is an example of don't idolize nobody else's relationship because you don't know what they're going through. You don't know when someone's breaking point is. It could have been anything, but we don't know because nobody can come forward and say, oh, she told me this or she told me that, or he has complained about this or he complained about that. No one knows why he took her life. It could be a number of things. It could have just been one argument. Who knows? Or it could have been they just both been going at it. It could have been a week-long situation going on, but no one knew. She said, why do you want to K me? It was even the people were saying, I didn't even know they had a GUN in the house. Okay. So again, this is an example of don't idolize nobody else's relationship. Stop being on the outside, looking in, saying, oh my God, they have the perfect relationship. Because then when something like this happened, everybody is left saying, how, why, when, what were the signs? They were such a loving couple, right? Even the mother-in-law, even Teresa's mom, she can't even say nothing negative about him. She can't come on here and say after 20 years, if your mother-in-law cannot even say that she complained about violence, she complained about abusiveness, she complained about him cussing her out, she complained about him cheating. After 20 years, if nobody can come forward and say that they had domestic violence going on in that relationship, you know what I mean? She said, I wonder if it was some mental issues. It may have, or it may just been a situation. She said it may have been a sudden thing. Sometimes long-term abuse wasn't a part of the marriage. Some people just lose it. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's why they have this show called Snap. Some people just snap. Some people literally just snap. She said, I just tuned in. However, women tend to make excuses for men behavior. Like my coworker said, yelling became a slap, then a shove to hitting. I don't play the yelling, hitting games at all. Exactly. Not even the kids had anything bad to say. They didn't have nothing bad to say. The kids didn't have nothing bad to say. They had 4 beautiful kids together. 4 beautiful children together. You know, they're in their 50s. They living their life. They traveling. They going on vacation together. They living the good life, y'all. They was living the good life, you know? She says there's so many of them online. They really did look happy. Yes, it's a lot of them online. They look happy and they don't tell people their sorrows, you know, or they may have, when they first got together, they may have came up with the don't take our family business outside this house. Some people live like that. How many of you guys live like that where y'all vow to each other that you won't discuss family business outside the home? So if y'all get into an altercation, no one knows. Your best friend don't even know. No one knows. But if the kids that lived in the home with them, they had 4 children, if they said, and y'all heard them, they said, we've never heard them argue. Let's go back. We've never heard our papa argue. Hold on.
Never, like my papa he never yelled at us or like there's no way you would expect it. Like, he never yelled at us or whooped us. None of that.
Never yelled, never whooped. And even the mother-in-law, he wasn't violent. And the way she looked, he wasn't violent. So they have nothing bad to say about this guy.
Suspected. He never yelled at us or whooped us. None of that. He wasn't violent at all. You can't even say you've seen him mad because I can count on my hands how many times like they didn't fuss in front of us. None of that.
Neighbors who didn't want to be.
They didn't fuss in front of us or none of that. So they're left shocked. They're shocked because they never seen any sign of abuse. And you know, if they would have seen signs of abuse, you know they'll be talking about it. But no signs of abuse. She said, that's a trap. You better talk about it. You wind up missing and buried in a trench. Your family won't know anything. Oh, I 100% agree with you, Exclusive. If you are in an abusive relationship, tell somebody. Don't keep nothing like that to yourself. But I'm not even saying that they were in an abusive relationship. Again, it could have just been an argument, a sudden argument, you know? She said, me and my friends talk. Women tell someone, especially after 20 years. Exactly. Oh, thank you, woman of purpose. She said, this reminds me of my marriage, everyone's favorite couple. I feared he would hurt me. No one saw who he was. I'm fighting still after 6 years. People don't see that behind the closed doors. People can be different. No one believed me. Oh, wow. That's crazy. And so sorry that you're going through that. So sorry that you went through that and still going through that. Let me ask you something. Did Your children, did they ever see a side of him that wasn't what everybody else saw on the outside? Did he, did he yell, fuss, cuss inside the home? Because a lot of people are living in abuse in silence right now. Because, their spouse probably said, don't you ever tell anybody or I'm done with you. She said, this brings tears to my eyes because my family didn't know either. I was so scared to tell anyone, but I prayed my way out every day with the fractured collarbone, but I made it out. Oh, wow, Tasha. So glad that you made it out and so sorry that you had to go through that as well. But when you say you lived in silence, maybe you didn't tell your family. Did you at least tell a friend? Don't live in silence with abuse, you guys. Don't do it. Tell somebody. Tell somebody what you're going through. Find a close friend and just tell them. She says, they say them quiet ones is the ones you have to watch out for. I agree. They really don't. Folks didn't believe me either. We was the favorite couple as well. Wow, beautiful queen. So a lot of you guys have experienced this or know someone that has experienced this. Thank you, Tinkers. I appreciate that love offering, baby. Thank you so much. She says, they hide it so good, sending you a virtual hug. Wow. He wouldn't let us argue around anyone. I told no one. Damn. I didn't tell nobody because I was scared he would beat me more. Oh, shit, y'all. This one opened up a can of worms. God said in the last days he would bring a strong delusion over you because he knows your heart. Oh, wow. I have 3 sons and they didn't know. Wow. I always try to protect his image. She said it's like Robert. He wanted Brianna to smile in front of the camera when she was nothing to smile for. When she had nothing to smile for, he wanted things to appear perfect. And I do believe a lot of people want things to appear perfect, but I'm just trying to figure out how do you do this and your kids live in the home and don't know? She says, I'm more like he's a good man. Ain't nothing good about him. I just thought I'd say that. She said, exactly. If you're not going to tell, at least find a way to get out of that what you want, because some women just be scared. But I'm glad I had a dad to teach me no man should put his hands on you. Yep. That's how I was raised too. No man. She said, I was in an abusive relationship for 21 years. God, diggity dog. Oh, you said when you was 21. Okay. She said, I was in an abusive relationship when I was 21 years old. Okay. My bad. She said, yeah, image is important to them. They do not like being embarrassed. Yes, an abuser do not like being exposed. No abuser. They don't want to be exposed. They want to be looked at as the good guy, right? The good person. They hate being exposed. And when they are exposed, or when sometimes the relationship comes to an abrupt end, you can end up like Samantha, the first story that I talked about, right? So you do have to be careful how you maneuver, how you move around, how you exit the relationship. But I think telling somebody is your first step. Don't live in silence and abuse, right? She said, I lost both my parents, so I thought that was love. Oh, shit, Tasha. So sorry to hear that, baby. She said, I had a cousin that was in a 10-year relationship and none of us knew until she broke up with him. He showed us all once she left him. Wow. God also said in the last days he was going to unleash a dark veil. That's why he told us to pray always. Wow. I've never been in no type of abuse, but if getting your lick back and stand your grounds, you move on, because if he hits you once, he'll do it again. I do believe that. He gave me a black eye and I told my ex-boyfriend, I'm not sure what he said to him, but he didn't bother me anymore after that. Oh, shoot. I left when he was at work. My brother and nephew helped me after 6 years of abuse. I thought my own was too perfect at one point. Community did too. Oh, wow. You thought your own relationship was too perfect? But listen, and I think I feel more for his kids. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, we feel, for Teresa, but the children, they lost both parents, and they lost both parents to their dad's action. These kids look like they are, either, I would say young 20s, right? They look like they're in their young 20s. They might be even teenagers. What do they look to you guys? Teenagers or young 20s? But nevertheless, now they have to move forward knowing both of their parents are gone. and their daddy was responsible. A man that they loved, that never put hands on them, never heard him argue, never was abusive. So now they left with just wondering. They have no answers. They have no closure. Why did my daddy do this will forever be in their minds. Why? I never seen this coming. Even the mother-in-law, look at her. She looks so puzzled. She looks so puzzled, the grandmother. She don't even know what to say, what to do. You know? This young lady.
Proud that her granddaughter Denia was heading to North Carolina A&T this fall.
Oh, she was getting ready to go to college.
It could be like, you could tell.
The Johnston County Sheriff's Office says around 6:45 Saturday afternoon.
And you know what? I think that when he got that phone call, they say he called the police and didn't say anything initially. He knew what he did was wrong then, but he couldn't take it. He wasn't going to be able to face his family, so that is why he chose to unalive himself. It could have just been a simple argument. And that's one thing I will say, right? It could have been an argument and a weapon was around. And maybe if that weapon wasn't around, this wouldn't have happened, right? But sometimes in a split second, you can make a bad-ass decision that can change your life forever, right? Let's just say they wasn't in a domestic violence relationship, but just this one particular time, they got into it and he couldn't control his emotions and he grabbed a weapon. And he did it because he called the police and he hung up because he didn't say anything. He hung up, right? But then but you know what? No. Because when he called the police, he hung up. But the police heard in the background when they called back of her saying, why you want to kill me? So he called trying to prevent something in the beginning. Let's listen to that part again.
The best we could be like, you could tell.
The Johnston County Sheriff's Office says around 6:45 Saturday afternoon, their dispatch center received a call from 10 Cheney Drive in Garner. Investigators say the caller said nothing before hanging up, which prompted 911 communications to call the number back. That's when the sheriff's office says a man answered the phone saying he did not call 911.
So the woman must have called 911. The woman called 911. So they may have just been having a heated argument or a long discussion about something. So listen again. The woman called because he said he didn't call. So the woman called and didn't say anything. And then they called back. Hold on, let's go back.
Center received a call from 10 Cheney Drive in Garner. Investigators say the caller said nothing before hanging up, which prompted 911 communications to call the number back. That's when the sheriff's office says a man answered the phone saying he did not call 911. The dispatch overheard a woman in the background saying, "Why do you want to kill me? I need help." When deputies arrived, they heard a gunshot inside the home. 911 communications called the number back, and the man told them he would come outside to speak with officers. But when he didn't, negotiators tried to convince him to come outside. They ultimately had to obtain a search warrant to enter the home. And that's when they found 53-year-old Chris Pugh and his wife, 54-year-old Teresa Adams Pugh, a couple who loved ones say had been married for more than 20 years. The Johnston County Sheriff's Office is investigating this tragedy as a murder-suicide.
Look how beautiful she is. She said it's crazy because they really don't want to be with you. They just want to control the situation, have a sense of power. It really be a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde situation. That's crazy. She said, this is the reason we do not have a gun now. Oh, really? I was in a bad abusive relationship for 3 years and never told my family. He was pulling bangers on me and fighting me for leaving the house. I was so scared to leave him. I call it making a permanent decision off of a temporary emotion. That could have very happened. She said, yes, we had to send a car even for hangups when I worked dispatch 25 years ago. Wow. Yeah. So she called and then she didn't say anything. She didn't say anything. She just hung up. She called, she hung up. They called back. He answered the phone. He says, I didn't call. And she yelled in the background, why do you want to KI me? And then they heard a gunshot. And then they sent deputies out and then they heard a gunshot. You know? She said, shaking my head, he probably was mad also because he found out that she called the cops. Yeah, that made him madder. He's probably like, oh, you called the cops on me? You called the cops on me? Some men get very mad about that. He will always tell me if he can't have me, then nobody would. And it took him to go to jail for 3 years for stabbing somebody. And that's how I got away from him. And his mom took up for him. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. They know what they be doing. That's why they are able to turn it off, turn it on, and where to do it at, when and where to be nice. This is crazy. She was beautiful. He wasn't a bad looking guy either. She said one time while he was sleeping, I almost poured boiling water on him, but I looked at my 5-month-old daughter and I almost snapped. But God, I left the next day when he went to work. Damn. Yeah, you would have been in jail, girl. She said we had to make the scenes of 911 hang up calls. Oh, okay. So when someone hung up, y'all had to go anyway? Y'all had to show up anyway? But let me ask you this. Do you think them calling her back cost her life? Because why, if they hung up, why didn't they just send somebody instead of calling back? Why did they call back? So calling back could have, not blaming the cops or anything, but calling back could have been what sealed the deal for her. Is that standard for them? She said, I have made too many calls like this. But why did they call back though, Glenn? I think they call back to make sure a kid's not playing on the phone. Please tell somebody, because if the abuser does something horrible to you, there will not be a trail to lead back to the abuser, or it will make it harder to prove or build a case. Yes, that's why these people now are left stunned, because no one knew what they were dealing with. She said, call back to make sure it's not an emergency. Yeah, but I don't know. I think calling back may have triggered him more. Exactly. Beautiful. I said at the same time. She said, yeah, I think the callback triggered it. Yeah. I don't know if that was a great idea. This is why I'm single now. Can't show men real love, and they get mad for nothing and then want to kill you for nothing. Not all men, but I understand what you're saying, Mookie, but that's crazy. That's crazy. You remember that story I told y'all before? And I know I said it in a joking manner because it was funny. But remember I told y'all that Jay and I were in an argument, and he was like, no. Let's come out here. He wanted, so we walked out of the bedroom. We came in the kitchen. He said, no, let's come over here. And so we went from the kitchen to the living room. And I'm sitting up here thinking, why are we moving all around the place? He said, because there's weapons around. He said, because there's weapons around. And I've never pulled a weapon on him, and he's never pulled a weapon on me before. But it was just funny how he said it. He didn't want to argue in the room because we do have a weapon in the room. And then he didn't want to, and we were arguing, but we wasn't really arguing. I mean, it wasn't our worst, but it was an argument. But he wanted to have that discussion outside of weapons, nowhere, where weapons is not around. She says they could have did a safety check on her to see if everything was okay without calling back though, right? Calling don't trigger it if it's his plan. I have been at the door and heard the gunshot. The guy had KI'd his spouse and then KI himself. Wow. She said, yes, I remember you telling this story not too long ago. Yes. Yeah, he's like, no, let's go, let's come out, let's go outside the bedroom. And then from the bedroom, it was in the kitchen. He said, no, let's go over here, She says, when I met my husband, I told him if he ever think of hitting me, he would have to hit his mother first. And to this day, he has never raised his hands. Wow. You told him if you ever... So anyway, this beautiful soul, I think she was 53 and he was 54, or she was 54 and he was 53. Nevertheless, they look so good, so wonderful, so happy. She said, please, if you know someone going through this, help them, because I wish I had someone to help me. Oh, Tasha. How long you been out of the relationship now, Tasha? How long you been out? But I feel really bad for the daughters, but also the mom. And the reason why I say that is because they're left with no answers. I think that's the hardest part. Like, why? Why? Was someone cheating? Why? You know? And no one wants to bury their child. You know? Oh, you've been done with the relationship for 3 years? Okay. So anyway, I just wanted to bring y'all these two stories here today. You know, one, again, financial abuse. The guy didn't know how to move on. You know, a lot of guys don't know how to move on. And I really feel bad for women that's dealing with men that just don't know how to move on, you know? Don't know how to end a relationship gracefully. There are a lot of relationships end every single day. Learn how to end a relationship gracefully. Stop being in your feelings. Even if you lose, I would never forget my daddy said, sometimes you got to cut your losses. Sometimes you got to cut your losses. Cut them off. Cut them off. Let them go. Sometimes you got to cut your losses. Sometimes we hold on to these abusive ass relationships because we're like, oh my God, I don't want to start over. This is going to be too hard. Sometimes you got to cut your losses. I would never forget that conversation my daddy and I had. Sometimes you got to cut your losses, throw deuces and cut your losses, right? But people want to hold on. But when you cut your losses, you got to be smart about it. If you're going to, if you know your person is abusive, they don't handle disputes, maturely, right? If you know they're abusive in any type of way, they're going to be salty, mad, or easily angered, dial 911. Have them out there before you start popping off at the mouth, Hey, Break Room, she says, I didn't want to interrupt the show, but I did want to stop by and wish you beauties a fabulous afternoon. Hey, love. Hey, love. Hey, love. She says, crazy because you look at men and they don't look like the type that would do such things. Yeah, but what does that type look like? And that's another thing. We got to stop thinking that, abuse is a guy that's, tatted up or, got tats in his face and all that type of stuff or whatever, right? We gotta just know that it could be anybody. I done seen some guys clean cut. You're like, wait a minute, him? He did it? She said, my dad has told me that as well before, more. Yeah, cut your losses. But don't do it, aggressively, right? If you do, make sure police is around. Call 911, say, I'm about to break up with my man. I don't know how you're going to react. I just want to protect myself. He may not take it well because I've mentioned breakup before and he may have threatened me. If a man threatened you, even threaten you, you have to assume that he would do what he said he's going to do. So if you're going to break up with him, most people break up over the phone, but if he got his clothes in your house and whatnot, dial 911. Don't break up with nobody and just be talking shit. Get the fuck out, nigga. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of my house, honey. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Please, y'all, don't do that. Don't do that. Now, most young people do that, right? They'll do that. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of my house right now. Right? Dial 911. Have 911 there to assist you. She said, I have a friend. Hold on, woman of purpose. Hold on a second. She said, I had a friend I lived with and her boyfriend used to beat on her. She fought back. The last fight, he beat her up bad and I got him locked up. He did 5 years. Oh, okay. She said, Amore, you are speaking facts. This is why I follow you, Amore, and supporters because y'all like family to me. Oh, thanks, Tasha. Appreciate that. I'm going to drop the link. When you come up, because I'm on Firefox. So when you come up, just know that, hold on, that when you come up, in order for you to talk, I have to be on mute. And when I'm talking, you have to be on mute or it's going to be a very bad echo. She says, I agree. Don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. If you already know he got an ounce of anger in him, especially if he threatened you, people take these threats. They don't take them, to mean that they really going to do it. They be like, they just threatened me. But if any man, I don't care how good they go around the internet kind of trying to say they are, But if any man threatened to whoop your ass, punch you in your face, bust your teeth out your mouth, snatch your wig off, choke the shit out of you, beat the shit out of you, kick your ass, unalive you. If any man threatened to do any of those things, do not take it lightly. Just assume that they would do exactly what they said they're going to do. If they said they're going to unalive you, think they're going to unalive you. Okay? I'm telling you. You know, a lot of people take it lightly and they be like, because even with the situation that we're listening to, we know that in the beginning, it came out that he threatened to unalive the family and himself. That's not a good thing. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't take that lightly. Nobody should take it lightly, right? Because he probably meant that very thing, you know. They mean it at the time, shit. All right, hold on. Let me bring Danielle up. Hey, Danielle. Y'all tell me if y'all hear any echo before we move. Let me know.
Hey,
Do y'all hear
baby.
echo? Hey, Danielle, hold on. Let me ask them, is there echo? Let me see if StreamYard fixed this first. Is there echo, you guys? Hold on 1 second, Danny. Do y'all hear echo? She said, yes, there's an echo. Okay, I'm about to hit mute, Danny, so you can talk.
Hey, yo, happy Thursday. Amor, I just wanted to say, I love that you are bringing light to this, especially for our Black women, because there are so many Black women who are abused by their partners, by their kids, and they are afraid to talk about it. Um, I have a girlfriend whose son is abusive to her, not physically, but mentally and emotionally. And, people who their partners are literally beating them and they're afraid to leave because as Black women, we were taught to stay married, get married. That was the goal. And I need our young people to know that the goal should be happiness, not marriage. Don't chase that goal of marriage, because if you're not happy, then nothing else matters. You're not going to try to protect yourself. You're going to stay in a relationship because you're told that if you're not a wife, you're nothing. If you're not a mother, then something is wrong with you. We're not taught to be happy. And I tell my kids, be happy. Don't be with anybody who does not know how to treat you. Don't um, don't allow anyone to be disrespectful to you. And no one told me that. They just told me I was supposed to get married. I was supposed to have a family. And so I stayed in these two marriages that were abusive, physically and mentally, and the last one financially as well. And no one knew either
Let me
time
ask you
because I
something.
never talked about it.
Let me ask you something about the financial abuse. Can you explain that a little bit more? Because a lot of people don't realize that you can be in a financially abusive relationship. Can you
Yes.
explain that a little bit more?
So I worked. I made the majority of the money for the first like 5 years of our relationship. But
Okay.
he didn't want me to, because I made more money than him. It was always like, let me be the man. You're not allowing me to. Back in 2000, I was making $60,000 a year. That was a lot of money back then.
That
And
was.
so he made me quit my job. And when I said made me, I'm saying because you're trying to honor your husband, you're trying to be obedient.
Right.
And so when I wasn't, or when I challenged him on something, he would say that I wasn't submissive. I won't let him be the man. And then when I did let him be the man, things never worked out right. And then he blamed that on me also. And so he wanted me to quit my job. So I quit my job making $60,000 a year and ended up with a job making $25,000 a year. And so
But
we
wait a minute. But
struggled
if he didn't want you to work, then why quit your job and then go get a job making less? Why do that?
because there were no he didn't I was in retail management and I worked a lot of hours. And he didn't want me in retail management anymore because of the hours. And so all of the other jobs that I qualified for paid less money. And so I was always, you know, we were struggling. And so because he paid the household bills, he tried to make it seem like I wasn't doing anything. Well, I was. I was paying for my kids to go to private school. I was buying clothes. I took us on vacations, but his money paid for the stuff in the household. So that is still a contribution. And so when he ended up he didn't know how to manage money. And so when he ended up leaving, he was cheating. I wasn't willing to continue to do that. I wanted to be happy. I wanted to be at peace. And so I was okay with us not being together, but he didn't want me to he didn't want to pay alimony. He didn't want to pay child support. He didn't want to do anything. And Maryland says that if you're married for 7 years in the state of Maryland, you get half of everything. And we were married for 21 years. So he drugged me. We're in court because he doesn't, he was taking money out of his 401k while he dragged the divorce along. He kept filing motion after motion after motion. And then I couldn't afford to pay my lawyer because I'm accruing all of these legal fees, but yet because they had awarded me alimony for 3 years, half of his 401k. It was like all of it, back child support because he hadn't paid child support, and he was a government employee making he was making at that time like $120,000 a year, and I was making $20,000 a year because he got sick and asked me to quit my job. So I quit my job, cashed in my 401k to help him pay bills, and then he left after he got better. I nursed him back to health. So I was only working part-time. So then he leaves and moves in with someone else. And I was making $20,000 a year. I can't pay rent, a $1,500, $300 gas and electric bill, take care of my son's tuition, and do all of that. And he didn't help. The only thing he paid was my car payment, and that was because he was paying all of the bills anyway. He told everybody he bought me a car. So he was still supposed to be paying the car payment. He let my car get repossessed. I got evicted. I moved.
Could you have went back to the high? Could you have went back to the higher paying job, the $60,000 a job?
No.
Okay.
Because I had to have surgery, and I could no longer work retail. See, I could go get a job right now making $100,000 in retail management, but I can't do it anymore because of my injury.
So basically, he took your young years, your young available years to do things. Yeah, don't let nobody do that.
And then turned around, and then, like I said, they turn around, and he always made me feel like I wasn't being submissive. So I would just go in and do what he wanted me to do to keep the peace. And then when he left, like I said, he lied in court, manipulated evidence, fake text messages, all kinds of stuff to come to court to say that he shouldn't have to pay, and like the divorce was my fault, and it was crazy. And to this day, like I said, we're still in court. because he's in contempt of court.
Let me ask you something. I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions. As far as you not being able to pay your lawyer, he by him, your ex having a better position, better job, better financial aspect or whatever, they didn't ask him to pay your lawyer fees. He couldn't have done that. Like he be responsible for paying all your fees.
So no, because it depends. It depends on the judge. And this judge gave me alimony, back due child support, half of his 401k, and his pension. So she said since I was getting all of that, I could pay the lawyer. I mean, yeah, I could pay my own lawyer fees. Well, at that time, my lawyer's fees was only $1,500. I could have paid that. I wasn't going to argue about that. But then when you don't do what you're supposed to do, and you drag and keep filing motions and appeals and all of this stuff, then my lawyer fee is now today $14,000. So I can't even get the lawyer really to work with me on like to hurry up and push the case along, because I owe him so much money. And he knows that I can't afford it. That's why he's doing it. That's why he's dragging me through court, because he didn't even get a lawyer.
Now,
So
is he
he has
dragging you through court now, or you dragging him?
both, because he's not paying, he's not honoring the order, the judge's order. So because he's not honoring the judge's order, then I had to take him to court in order to go after my money.
So let me ask you this. As far as, remember I said my dad told me to cut my losses because you said you was in an abusive relationship for over 21 years. You know, when I said my dad said cut my losses, you don't think just cutting your losses and just saying the hell with this guy, let me move on and live in peace, you don't think that's better for you?
But what's the living in peace? Because if I'm struggling financially,
I'm not having to deal with his abuse no damn more.
If I'm struggling financially, right, and I don't have the things that I need because of the situation, and I gave my money and everything that I had to him, I'm not supposed to get what is rightfully mine. That's like working a job for 25 years, and they tell you that you retire in 25 years. And in 25 years and 3 months, they fire you and then don't want to give you your pension and your retirement. How you supposed to eat? That's your right. When we're married to somebody, we are partners. It's supposed to be a partnership. And so I had my own, but we had joint bank accounts and stuff. But I also made sure, Amora, that everything that I had, I poured into my family. Everything I did for my family. And so you don't want to be a part of the family anymore. That's bye. But I want my portion, because that is what's keeping me sustained. That's like two people that's in a business relationship. How you doing today? That's like two people who's in a business relationship. The relationship is over, but the business is still there. Marriage is a business.
That's true.
And
it is.
You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely it is. It's an investment.
Yep. And so I just feel like the reason that a lot of people do that is, just the same reason why they lie and say that you did something that you didn't do, because they want to get away with doing whatever they want to do to you. And people give up, and the giving up is why it keeps going on. It's not a lot of Black women that fight for alimony. It's not a lot of Black women that fight for alimony. A lot of Black women do just what you said. They want out of the marriage, and now they starting all over from scratch. They starting over. I had nothing. I was in a deficit. He left all of the debt on me. I was in $40,000 worth of debt. I moved 5 times in 4 years. Do you know how hard it is to move?
Yes,
And
I do.
every time you
Mercy
turn around, and
Jesus.
how much money it takes to move and stuff, to have to
That's
keep
true.
doing it over and over again. So it's like I kept going backwards. And
So
so
basically,
if
you're
you just
saying you want him to pay. You want him to pay you for what you lost. Now, let me ask you something. I don't want to get too.
what he took, but what he took, because that was mine. That's my 401k. It's in his name, but I worked. Well, we worked for
Also,
that.
it's your money because you was the breadwinner, is what you're saying.
No, it was
Oh,
my money, because in a marriage, that 401k in the state of Maryland, I don't know how it is in any other state, but it's yours. You can't take money out of your 401k if you don't have your spouse's signature. You can't take, because it belongs to the spouse, so that if they anticipate, if the marriage ends, both people deserve the same amount in the relationship, because no matter who paid the bills, if that woman ain't paid one bill and had one job the whole time they were married, she supported that man. She took care of that man's kids. She was up late at night when he was going through stuff. I mean, all that women do, or all that, and it's not just women, because some men too are stay-at-home dads or whatever, and they have to go through this. But what I'm saying is, when it's a partnership, so 50-50 is not even about actual financial stuff. 50-50 means you could be paying all the bills, but if I'm cooking and cleaning and washing your clothes and taking care of your kids, then I'm giving my 50% too. But everybody focuses on the money part. And if it was just the money, it would not be the law. And no, I'm not gonna just walk away and say, "Oh, well, go ahead. You don't have to pay me the XYZ amount of money that you owe me, that can really like get me on my own 2 feet, get me a place to live, get." So all of those things matter. All of those things matter. If I only worked one job part-time for 20 years, and after I get divorced, if I gotta go and work 2 jobs to make it ends meet, that's not equal. I should be able to live the same lifestyle. And this is the law. This is the law. This is what they base the amount of money that you get on. If you can't live the same lifestyle single that you were living when you were married, there's a problem. There's a problem, because
yeah.
you both should start off whole. You shouldn't start off in the negative, and this person is in the positive. That's not right. That's not fifty
It's
fifty.
not right. I understand what you're saying is absolutely not right. And you saying women don't fight for
A lot
spousal
of black
support.
women do not fight for spousal support and and what you call it, the 401k, their benefits. A lot of black women do not. And so many people said, "Well, you just gotta do what you gotta do. I'll be working 3 or 4 jobs. I'll be doing this." I wasn't working 3 or 4 jobs the last 21 years.
Right. I
When
hear
I
what you're
gave
saying.
everything, I used my 401k. I to help you pay bills. And you going to get yours and run with it? What? That don't
But let me
add
ask you
up.
this. Y'all are divorced though, right?
Yes, now we are, but he's in
So how did
contempt
the
of
Lord?
court,
Oh, because he didn't pay what he was supposed to pay.
because exactly right. Exactly
And
right.
you're saying that you're not giving up until you get whatever he was supposed to pay in the court order. You want him to pay that, is what you're saying.
Exactly. Exactly
Okay, I
right.
get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. No, I mean, and so that costs money for you to. I mean, I'm being oblivious here. In order for, because can't you hold him in contempt without having to pay? I always
Yeah,
thought that was free.
I have done that. But the thing is, I can do the paperwork and stuff on my own. But because I had a lawyer, I have to continue with this, with that lawyer. I can't go now decide, oh, I'm going to go pro se.
Why
Now
is
I can
that? You can fire a
change
lawyer
lawyers.
anytime. No,
I
you
can
can fire your lawyer. You can.
no.
You
I
can say.
know I can fire him, but I was have to get another lawyer. I couldn't
Why?
then do because because it's the same judge, the same. It's like this whole thing. It's this whole. It's just very because it was something going on where, like I said, he was taking money out of the 401k. So a lot of that stuff is legal, and I don't know
So you
all
say
of
it's
the
best
ins
that you
and
get a
outs
lawyer
to
because you
it.
don't know all the jargons and stuff. Like you think it'll be your best bet, right? Because you can literally fight your own case. If a
Oh no,
person
no,
is
I
in
know that
contempt,
part. I know that
uh,
part. And so that's why I went on and did the contempt portion. But everything else, as far as getting the documentation and getting the information from the from the plan administrator to prove that my it was fraudulently done. Some stuff was fraudulently done. My signature shouldn't be on anything. That kind of stuff. I have to go through all of these hoops, and I don't know everything that I'm doing. So I need to keep my lawyer since I started with that lawyer, and it's the same judge and all of this stuff. I tried to do it on my own at first, and the judge was like, you have a lawyer, so I can't hear you. I can't. So they won't even let me speak for myself with anything because I have a lawyer.
oh wow. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So your situation is a little different because I'm sitting up here thinking if it's contempt, so it's not really contempt. It's some other stuff going on. It was some fraudulent situations happen. Maybe he hid money or something like that. Is
Right.
what you're trying to
Correct.
say?
Correct.
Okay, so he
Correct.
hid the money. Now, so I mean, is it significant amount of money? Is it like
Yes.
hundreds of thousands? Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. Because I was gonna say, if it's like 10,000, 50,000, I
No.
would probably cut my losses. But if it's 100,000, I would fight too. Give me my money. But how was it that the judge was able to close down the divorce before getting your money? Because shouldn't you get paid? I don't know. I'm looking at Cora's situation. She was ordered to pay the money like within days, or you know what I'm saying. She had so many days. They told her you got to pay
And
$50,000
so
by
was
this
he.
particular day. Oh,
Yeah.
he had
He did.
that too, and he didn't do
He
it.
had that. It was like every time a motion would be filed, he would lie and say that something he did and something was wrong. Like he would submit the paperwork and they would send the paperwork back saying that the paperwork wasn't properly filled out. But he would use the delay taxes, every single thing that was possible to do. It he did it. And if they said he had to do it within 30 days, on the 29th day, he would file the motion. And so then you get a certain amount of time, and then by the time it was just dragged on and on. So what happened was the divorce was finalized, but he appealed it after it was finalized, and so that dragged it out even more. It was just, and so he was doing these things because he knew I had a lawyer, one, and any money that I got, I was going to be spending it on lawyer fees. So that's just what they do. Is
So
what they
right
do, and
now,
that's
in
why
order for
I
you to
said
take
I
him back to
definitely.
court, you got to have money. Right now, for you to take him back to court, you got to have money up front. They don't say if you win. You know what I mean? Like if you
Oh
win, you got to
no.
pay me.
Mm-mm.
Oh, they want it straight out the bag. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, what about this? She said that Justin asked the judge to freeze Cora account until he was able to pay it. So what about what he owe you? You asked for that?
I don't know about that. See, the thing was the account was supposed to his 401k stuff was supposed to have been frozen when I first filed for the divorce. But instead of doing that, he was supposed to contact what they're supposed to do as a federal employee. You're supposed to contact the plan administrator to let them know that you are in the process of a divorce so that they freeze the funds. He didn't do that. He just kept dragging it on and on and on so that he could do whatever he needed to do with the money part. So that when it
Oh,
comes time, then, oh, it's no money there.
so so toward the end of the divorce, your lawyer quit on you, or you didn't have it no more because you couldn't pay him. So it ended without you getting everything done.
That's correct.
Okay, gotcha. Because I'm
That's
sitting up
correct.
here trying to figure out, like, why didn't your lawyer advise you to freeze the account, or
Well,
and with
well,
401ks, from my knowledge, don't they need both of y'all signature in order to, because if you
yes,
marry
that's what
in
I'm
certain
saying.
states,
That's what I say. And
so
so, and so, yes,
he was able to empty the 401k without your signature.
right, correct,
Oh, so he unlawfully, so
correct.
he oh, but can you prove it?
Yeah, I can prove it. But that's the thing.
Go his
I've been
ass. Go sue him. You
trying
can
to
sue
prove it.
him. You can sue him.
I
I don't.
know in civil court.
Yeah, and that's free.
Hmm.
Like $20.
But you
I
still,
mean, 23.
no, it ain't free. From where it's
Oh, okay.
free.
Oh, I thought civil court was free. I mean, just the filing.
Oh no, ain't
Oh,
nothing
maybe
free in the
not.
state
Okay,
of
I'm
Maryland,
tripping.
honey.
Okay, okay.
No, but I just wanted to, to say that, it is definitely, financial abuse is definitely real. And it can't, even in the 6 years, I still am in the same place financially because every time something happens, then it puts you behind. And then you just get further and further and further behind. And so, like I
So how
said,
long
if
it's
you,
been now since he signed,
it's been since the actual divorce, 2 years.
no, since how long it's been since that he has not paid any of the 401k, or that you were supposed to get the 401k and you didn't get it?
It's 2 years.
Oh wow. I wonder, is it a statue? Is it, do you know?
No, nope. As long as I can prove everything now,
Okay,
because
okay,
the case is still open.
okay.
Yeah, but I just that's all I wanted to, I wanted to tell you because a lot of people, they just don't get it, and they look at it, marriage is, oh, well, just go ahead and, you know, work 3 jobs. You working 3 jobs at 50. What? I worked 3 jobs at 20 and 30 so that I didn't have to work 3 jobs at 50. So
Right.
we're not the same place. Like we don't you took all of my youth and now you want me to start over again to, be able to live out the rest of my life when we were supposed to be doing this together. Wait a minute, hello? Hold up. That's fine, but
Right.
give me my portion. You see what I'm saying? Because it ain't about, I don't care. You can go ahead. Bye. See you. But give me my portion.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
all I'm saying. And I don't think that people really realize that when they finally stop working and they start collecting social security and retirement and they see that money matters. You know what I'm saying? That other income that you've always been accustomed to, it really matters. And so that's why it is a law. That's why you get a portion of your spouse's social security. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? They made
Right.
it a law for a reason. So, and I think that sometimes people we as Black women, because we get so mentally drained with everything that we're dealing with. We just want to get out. And then in the long run, a lot of us, not all, but a lot of us end up making things worse for ourselves because we just gave up, because we don't look at the big picture. We don't look at the here and now. We just thinking, oh, I just go get me a job. Yeah, but if the job don't have, like, I couldn't go to the doctors for 2 years because I didn't have any medical benefits. We had, he's a government employee. We had the top tier Blue Cross and Blue Shield. I could go to the doctors, didn't need like, it was wonderful. I went to the best doctors and everything. And so after that, I couldn't do that anymore. So it really affects a lot. It affects a lot.
Right, it's fine. That's fine.
And people, people just don't get it.
Or something?
No, that's somebody talking. I'm sorry, wait a minute.
Okay.
Have a good day. I'm getting out of a lift.
Oh, gotcha.
But anyway, that's all, that's all I wanted to say or more. It's hard. I mean, you can get through it, but I think that people really don't.
Let me ask you a question before you leave, Danielle. Let me just ask you one more question. Did your family know that you was going through abuse? Oh, okay. It sounds like you might have to leave. You might have to drop off because it's a bunch of noise.
That's the win. I'm sorry. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, my family did not know.
Okay, they didn't know.
No.
Okay. But do they believe you now? Like, now that it's over with, do they realize?
Oh, okay, they believe me now because just everything that he was doing, the lies that he was telling. So yes, they believe me.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, I mean, whatever decision that works for you. Me, though, I know it sounds like a significant amount of money, but baby, let me tell you something. How I live my life is, if I lost it and it was meant for me to have it, I'm going to get it again. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't realize it because he probably took that 401k money thinking he won, right? Thinking that, oh, I got away with this and she didn't get anything. Let me tell you, God can turn that joke around to where he can lose every penny he got, right? And then God could bless you abundantly. So it's just depending on how you go about it.
Oh, I know. I absolutely know. Yeah, I know that. And I have a strong faith. So I've been, still moving forward and doing what I have to do to get, to get on with my life. Definitely. I am the happiest I have ever been in my life. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to pursue what I need to pursue. I'm not going to give up, but I'm not putting a whole lot of energy into it. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah,
if I get it, I get it. And if I don't, it's a plus. But what I'm not going to do is just walk away and let you have it. I'm gonna fight back. That's all I'm saying. You abused me mentally and emotionally for 21 years. I'm gonna keep allowing you to further abuse me? No. By getting away with what you did? No.
He's not willing to, like, do you guys communicate at all? He's not willing to
no.
meet you in the middle? Okay.
No.
So y'all don't have no dealings with each other?
Nope.
Okay, gotcha.
Nope.
So he's not even trying to be, you
know. No, he wasn't. Nope. We can't even have celebrate one of my children's birthdays together because he don't want to be around me. Because he's upset that I revealed who he was. So he don't. No. Nope. But that's all I wanted to say, Amor. Thank you for letting me up, and
you are so welcome,
can't wait to see you.
Work out for you.
It will. I know it definitely will. So I know that I'm blessed. No matter what I went through for the last 6 years, God has still taken care of me and all of the bad. So I know I'm
Right.
blessed and I'm thankful. But you know, I tell my story to help other people and to just let you know sometimes even the unbelievable is real. There's some unbelievable stuff that goes on out here, but it's real. And just be glad that you haven't had to experience it. That's the only thing that I can say. But that's why
Right.
I am just very transparent with my kids and let them know, I wish somebody would have told me. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, it was always I was strong. I had to prove that I could fight you. I had to prove when in actuality I should have never had to. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I thought that I was doing something because I fought back. I'm gonna send
Okay.
you to the hospital. You're not just gonna beat on me. So I wasn't a battered woman, but at the same time, a lot of times people think because you're strong and you say what's on your mind and you're authentic, they think that you're the problem anyway. And so that's what happened. He was just this quiet person, real reserved, and I'm me. So they thought, oh no, it had to be her. What's she doing with him anyway? But in the relationship, I'm I'm talking back to you. I'm fighting you back, but I'm loving you. That's what they don't see, and that's how these people get away with what they doing. Because I love you so much. I want to prove that I love you. Is it me? Let me make sure that it's not me. And I know it's not me, but because everybody make me feel like I'm mean and I'm aggressive as a black woman, then it gotta be me that did something wrong. And so that's why I didn't talk to anybody about it because I felt like that's how they were gonna feel. They were gonna think that it was me and not him. So I didn't say anything at all.
Wow. What would you tell people that is currently going through a relationship that they are living in silence? They're taking things that they probably shouldn't take in silence. What would you tell them?
I would tell them to speak up, that they're not alone, um, that they have to love themselves first before they can love anybody else. And that no matter how hard you try, you cannot make somebody love you. You can't make somebody be faithful to you. You can't make somebody treat you right. But if you love yourself,
Mhm.
then you won't put up with all of that stuff from anybody else. Don't
Okay.
stay for the kids because I stay for my kids. Don't stay for the
Okay.
kids because my daughter now at 33, she was like, "Ma, I wanted you to leave a long time ago. I knew
Oh, wow.
something was wrong." She didn't know what it was, but my kids and my boys, they knew I wasn't happy. And so
Okay.
I want my kids to know that you're supposed to be happy in a relationship. And it's okay that that your marriage failed. It's okay. That doesn't mean that you have to stay to prove anything to anybody.
Let me ask you something, Danny, because 20 years is a long time to just say I'm done.
Hmm.
What was the final straw for you to say after 20 whole years, I'm done? Like what was it? Like, was it the
He, I,
financial abuse? Was it the control? Was it
no,
physical? Like
no.
what made you
It
say
was
I'm
it
done?
it was the infidelity. I
Okay.
got tired of the infidelity.
Okay. Now, did you put that in the divorce decree?
Hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Yep.
and because of that, because I always heard in a divorce decree, if you mention infidelity in the divorce decree, you automatically get spousal support. Is that not the rule in Maryland?
No, it didn't. No, it's no different grounds because you're going to get a minimum of half anyway. You understand what I'm saying? So you're going to get that.
Okay.
Now it's up to the judge, all that you're suing for or whatever, and up to the judge what he thinks you should get that's extra.
Okay. So are
But
you? Uh huh.
but the thing is, you know, it was infidelity on both parts. You see what I'm saying? Because
Oh,
I got so tired of him cheating that when I found out, I cheated too. So
oh,
that wasn't even the thing. It was just that I got tired of going through that. And then I had even said, you know what? See who you want to see. I see who I want to see. We can have an open marriage. Just let the kids get through school. Because I was worried about my son. You know, my son was getting ready to start high school, and I was worried about my kids' mental. And so that was okay until I did start seeing somebody. Then he had an issue.
oh.
He
So
had an
he had,
issue with it.
and then he.
Because
So did,
he wanted to do it, but he thought that I'm not supposed to.
oh.
And so he lied in court. He lied in court and tried to make it seem like it was all me. He
Oh, was
lied
he
on
able to
he
prove it? Was he able to prove that you
no,
did it?
no. Well, I admitted it. Well, I'm not gonna lie. If I did it, I did it.
So did he admit that he did it too, though?
Uh Well, he had no. He lied and said that we was already at the stage where I said let's just see other people or let's just stay together for whatever. He lied and made it seem like that is what it was based on versus the truth that I said that because I got tired of you cheating the whole time. He cheated the entire time that we was married, the entire time.
But he brung up in court you cheating.
Exactly. Well,
Oh
no,
wow.
that was in the paperwork already. But when it came down to talking about it, yes, he turned it around on me. Absolutely.
So okay. I mean, I don't know how much you want to tell, but I'm just trying to figure out: is it in the divorce decree that he's supposed to give you half of the 401? Is that in the divorce
Yes.
decree?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
And he didn't do it, so he's in contempt.
Absolutely. And we had a vehicle that was in my name and I was awarded he was supposed had to sell the vehicle and give me half of what it was worth and he's never done that. He's still with this vehicle just he won't get it out of my name. It's just a lie.
It's a lot. Okay. Well, girl, I mean, I always wondered why
Hello?
people. Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Danny?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I always wondered
I
why people
can.
in 20-year relationships. I think that's, I don't know. I mean, I told Jay we'll be pushing up flowers out the grave before we be in a
And
relationship for 20 years.
that's what my intention was. That's what my intention was. That's why I did everything to try and make it work. And then when he got a job, it was physical for like the first maybe 3 or 4 years. And then he got a job where he had a secret clearance. So the police could no longer keep coming to our house. So the physical part stopped. But the emotional, the mental, the finance, all of that.
Wow. Okay.
So, but I
Well,
gotta
I mean,
go.
but overall, you're happier now that the relationship is over, right?
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. Okay, because
Absolutely.
I'm
I wouldn't go back. I wouldn't go back for anything in the world because I
right,
am the happiest I have ever been in my life. My kids are good in spite of everything that they had to deal with. And
right.
I got somebody who love me and love me right. I ain't gotta go through all that nonsense. So
Now, is
I'm
this the
good.
same guy that you was with?
No, 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 no.
Okay, 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 okay.
Mm-mm.
Well, baby girl, woo, 20 years down the drain, but baby, you still got your
Uh,
sanity. You
everything, let
still
me tell you
here.
something. Everything, I didn't have that experience. I wouldn't be able,
Your phone
young
going in and
people
out.
that's, you
Oh,
know,
okay.
my, oh, can you hear me?
It's going in and out, but what'd you say?
Hello. I said, if If I hadn't been through that, I would not be able to tell the people that's going through it what to do, what to look out for. You know, I wouldn't be able to tell them how I made it through. So I don't regret anything. I know that God had a purpose for everything that happened to me. I know He did. And He's still working on it. So y'all can, no matter what, I had to start over at 50. Y'all can still start over at 50. It's not easy, but you can do it. Don't allow anybody to make you feel less than what you are worth. Okay? I'm just telling y'all some real stuff. But I gotta go. I'm supposed to be on a date. I'm getting ready to get fussed at.
Oh, well,
But
girl, go
I
on your
love
date,
y'all.
baby. Go on your date, girl. Go on your date.
But I
Okay.
love y'all so
Thank you
much.
so
And
much.
I can't wait to see y'all next month.
Yes, yes, that part. Okay. All right. See you then, baby.
All right. All right, baby.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, y'all. 20 years down the drain is a lot, baby. I would not know what to do after I just gave somebody 20 years of my life and have to walk away, honey. But if I walk away after 20 years, knowing me, baby, I'll probably be like, man, after 20 years, I don't think I'll walk, I'll run if it was an abusive relationship. I don't think I would be able to stand no 20 years in an abusive relationship, no matter what. And with me, you know, no judgment here, you guys, but with me, before I get into another relationship with somebody else, I will walk away from you. I'm not gonna try to do it at the same time, because when I'm done, I'm done. You know, so I would have done that, but that's just me. She's a more act like a lawyer. She wants to know everything. Yeah, child, I be wanting to know. You know, peel back the onion. I just don't get it. But yes, 20 years is hard to let go. You know what I mean? She says, shit, I don't know what to do after 7. Never mind 20. Girl, what you say after 7 years you lost 20, you will be gone, huh? She said, the more you need to be a lawyer, sis, this interrogation is epic coming from you. I wasn't trying to interrogate her. I just wanted to know, like, you know, after 20 years, baby, y'all better get in a room and talk that shit out. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking like that shit. We better have a conversation, you know? Hey, hell nah, nigga, I gave you 20 years. I wish you might try to move on. No, we about to talk this out. What's the problem? What the problem is? No, we need to go to counseling and find out what the problem, child. What is the problem? 20 years is an investment to me, honey. You hear me? No, we about to go to the upper room and talk about it, you know? Child, she said, we are resilient and we'll do it 7 or 20. Child, you hear me? I would be like, what is the problem, baby? What is the problem? Yeah, but again, you know, 2 women, 2 different situations, both end in tragic. You know what I mean? She said, ain't nothing to talk about when a man constantly putting his hands on you. Oh, yeah, now that part right there, Neo, I have to agree with you. If you want to lay hands, honey, you're going to have to, yeah, no. If you laying hands, I don't want nothing to do with you. I don't want nothing to do with you. You laying hands on me, I can't get past no 1 month after that, no 1 day after that. So I don't know how people can do 20 years of that. She said, I'm done with a relationship. She said, I'm done with relationships. I only do, he just my little friend. She said, he just my little friend. I hear you. She said, standing in abuse is not an option. Absolutely is not an option. It is not an option, okay? She said, we got to know our worth. Know your worth and add tax is what I always heard. Know your worth and then add tax, okay? She said, my friend is going through a divorce now after 31 years. See, that's crazy. Now, I do know somebody, I always tell y'all about my friend that happened to, you know, and she cried her eyes out, you know. I mean, DJ more than cry. Child, it was horrible. But yeah, so I do know that it happens. You know what I'm saying? It definitely happens. And it's very sad, you know, and it's really nothing that you can say to these people or whatever, instead of just, you know, besides just being there for them, because baby, I mean, it's like a death. We have to admit that when you have been with somebody for so long, even though Danny is not saying it, I should have asked her. She has to feel a way. If they were in a relationship for that long and they're no longer together, I'm sure she feels a way. You don't just walk away from a 20-year relationship and you don't feel something. Sadness, grief, heartaches, pain. You feel something. You got to. You have to, right? Same with, the situation, the story that we covered, the Brianna and Robert situation. A lot of people, we jumped into it and this, that, and the other. They never really grieved. And that's why you see one that just can't move on now, because he never allowed himself to grieve. He came out acting like it wasn't that big of a deal. Like he didn't care. Like he always wanted to be gone up out of there. And so that's why you see him, making song after song after song, because he never grieved. He never grieved the loss. A relationship is hard to just turn on and turn off, It's a lot that you put in a relationship. Your whole soul goes into the relationship. Your trust, trust a person, stuff like that. So at any rate, relationships are hard, but it can happen. We've seen so many successful relationships. She said, I did 14 years. He brought 2 houses. Both was in foreclosure. To not lose it, he sold right from under us. Oh, he sold the houses right from under y'all without your knowledge? Damn. He wasn't good with money and so much more. I understand her pain. Ooh, Lord. But he was able to sell those houses without your knowledge? How the hell you do that? I guess there's some bad jokers up in here, baby. I'm talking about bad to the bone. Ooh, child. But all right, you guys, I'm going to end this live because I want this one to stay on, topic or whatever. Y'all know how we veer. We can veer off topic in a minute, baby. But I want this to stay on topic or whatever. I don't want this to be a messy one. She said, write them more, all the emotions. Yes, honey, there's too many emotions in a breakup, child. And I mean, it be them days that pop up and you be like, you know what? Maybe I act too fast. Maybe I jumped the gun. You start second guessing yourself. AB, relationships is a mother sucker. Breakups is a mother sucker. A mother sucker. You be questioning yourself like, damn, was I being petty? You know what I mean? Like, maybe I overreacted? Was it me? But baby, sometimes you got to just say, you know what, no matter what, I made the right decision, especially after you gave it your all, honey. Gave it your all. Sometimes we do give it our all too, don't we? Sometimes we give too much of ourselves in a relationship, and you shouldn't actually, But end in tragic. I just don't like the relationships that end in tragedy. I really don't. I don't like the ones that no matter what, either whether it's the man or the woman, you just can't walk away. Learn how to walk away. Learn how to walk away without that other person and move on. Okay. Thank y'all so much. She said this was a good live. Good. Thank you, honey. She said, yeah, they are. You get in your head, especially when you miss them. Oh, yeah. You know what the best thing for me, and I want y'all to tell me what was your best way that you was able to get over a relationship. The best way for me to get over a relationship is to move away. To move away. Like literally, I can't be in the same town with you, I don't want to bump into you in Walmart. I don't want to bump into you at no damn grocery store. Like, what was the best option or that helped you get over a relationship? Mine was to move away. It was more like out of sight, out of mind. I can't get to you, right? So it helped me heal faster because it's like, you're not there. I can't just call you and you could be over my house in 15 minutes. Or me pop up at your house. Because y'all know sometimes if we got access to you, if you only 15 minutes away, honey, we'll jump in the car. And we'll pop up at your house and ask questions. What did I do? Or how can we, start over or get this back together or whatever the case may be. Sometimes for me, it's moving away. Like if you're not around me, then, it's easier for me to get over you. I miss you, but I'm not about to, drive 12 hours to you just to be around you. But if I'm 15 minutes away, I might pop up. She said, somebody tap dancing saying day to go. Oh, yeah, I saw that, Miss Dee Dee. She said, I stayed busy in time with family. Oh, okay. She said, I don't know, just keep my space. He lives about 45 minutes from me. Block everything, all memories deleted. Ooh, 45 minutes a little too close, baby. She said, I never popped up, but I've been popped up on. I just never chased someone who didn't want me. Yeah, that's a good one. You know, when you're older, that's easier. But when you in your 20s and 30s, man, it's too easy. You be like, I'm done. Next thing you know, you like, I'm gonna go by his house and see what he doing. You know what I'm saying? Glenn said, I cut a joker off so fast. Miss Dee Dee said, yep, just to get away. Some people do drastic things like join the military, go abroad. Sometimes, man, I'm telling you, you got to be apart, like away from a person. And then you could just, some people go to the gym and they put all their heart and pain into the gym. And that ain't no bad thing. They go take up a sport, put all your hurt and your pain and your frustration and your focus into something that's going to occupy your time. Some people go to college. Some people go to the gym. She said, I cut off my locks. Oh, Lord, you cut off your locks. But yeah, you got to do something to keep yourself occupied, busy, so you won't sit there and think, because what they say, an idle mind is a devil's playground. You sitting there thinking about, oh my God, J. Lou said, go to therapy. Yep. Yeah, going to the gym is therapy too. She said, yeah, it helps work and work out. Yes, girl. If you got a job, pour your energy into your job, get promoted. But don't be one of them ones that sit around moping and crying and eating your ass off, eating honey buns and shit like that or whatever, and gaining weight, getting big and sloppy and just, miserable. Don't do that. Anytime you ever leave a relationship, girl, you better upgrade yourself, child. You better stop playing, honey. That next man, honey, he gonna be there. She said, I wish I would move over a breakup. Well, I ain't even gonna lie, Glenn. I got gone. I needed to be gone, baby. I did not want to be in the same town because I already know how I am. So I left. Because we bumped into each other one time at Walmart. And child, I almost folded, honey. I almost was at his house that night because, honey, them words were sounding so good. But I didn't, though. I did stand my ground and I didn't go to his house. But, baby, I had to move. I'm like, I'm moving. Fuck that. She said, I moved out of Mexico over a breakup. You moved out of Mexico, girl. I ain't mad at you, child. Sometimes you got to get gone, honey. That hurt. That hurt, baby. That hurt pinch, baby. She said, I cut my locks off, child. Woo, some people do go shave their head. She said, I got myself a new man. We just took our first trip together. I'm not waiting around for my ex to get his shit together. Okay, girl. I saw you too, baby. Looking all fine. I saw you, girl. She said, do not let them see you hurt. Fake that happiness till you make it. And that's J. Lou. That's why you got to move. And even on social media, I wouldn't come out here moping and crying. Shit, I'd be living my best life. I'd be throwing it back in a circle. He wouldn't know if I was sad or not. He'd be like, damn, she throwing it back in a circle every day. Child, that's what the other guy was doing. He was punching the pillows. He was mad out here acting like he was living his best life, jumping out of the bushes or whatever in the Superman outfit. But baby, you best believe he was crying his ass out at night when the camera went off. She said, that's why I joined the Army and they paid off my student loans too, boo. You ran from a relationship. Now, I do know a lot of people have joined the Army over a relationship, baby. She says, I already wanted to cut them off. Wait a minute. She said, I already wanted to cut them out of the breakup. The breakup gave me the extra push. Oh, gotcha. She said, Tisha, girl, I moved on fast. I see, girl. She said, best way to get over one is to get up under another one. Just kidding. People say that, but I don't know if that's sustaining, though. You know what I'm saying? You get over one and get up under another one, but does it last? Is it real? Because after everything, the smoke clears, you're like, what the fuck am I doing with you? I want to go live my best life. I meant to be single. I just got with you to get over this dude, but I want to be single for a minute, I don't think there's anything wrong with being single after a relationship. Some people can do it, some people can't, but ooh, child, baby. What I know now, she said, I can't get up under another until I heal. Yeah. But do you really, really heal? Do you totally heal? Or do you always be side-eyeing ninjas? Like, you ain't gonna take advantage of me. She said, Tinker's double for your trouble. Yes, girl. She went to the Army and got them student loans paid. She upgraded. That's what you call an upgrade right there, girl. You got you a better job and lost some debt. That's an upgrade. That's an upgrade. How many of you guys upgraded from your past relationship? Everybody probably upgraded, but how many of y'all downgraded? How many of y'all will admit that you actually downgraded? That your new man now is not better than your last man? Financially anyway, because I know your new man now got to be better than him psychologically, mentally, and emotionally. You upgraded 12K? She said, I upgraded. She says, I'm jumping in. You upgraded, Crystal? Who downgraded? She said, I definitely upgraded financially. Okay, I hear you, Kayshawn. Who downgraded? Did anybody downgrade? I didn't downgrade, child. I upgraded, baby. I upgraded, honey. I'm talking about in a huge way. You hear me? I upgraded. She said, the next week I was healed. No time to wait. Hey, Miss Pretty Me said she was healed in a week. She was healed in a week. I got my behind in the chat, but some people don't experience sadness or grief after. Oh, she said, I got behind in the chat. But some people don't experience sadness or grief after divorce because they already experienced more than enough sadness and grief within the marriage. Now, that is true. They do say a woman in the relationship or leave the relationship mentally and emotionally before she leaves it physically. So, yes, I definitely agree with you on that one. She said, I had an abusive narc. Wait a minute. I had an abusive narc 1 year, now married 27. Oh, okay. Now married 27. Now, let me ask y'all something. It looked like everybody said they upgraded, nobody downgraded. But let me ask y'all this. How many of you guys went from one abusive relationship to another abusive relationship? You got out of one, done and over with, and you jumped right back into another one. And didn't realize that that one was abusive until you got back into it. Until you got into it. You're like, oh, shit. I just came out the same shit that I got my ass back into. Anybody? You got out of one abusive relationship and jumped right back into another one. Anybody? Don't be afraid to say it either. If you jumped out of one abusive relationship and got your ass back into another abusive relationship and then you're like, what the hell? I don't think nobody is raising their hand. Nobody. I see 12K got a mad, said, heck no. Veronica said single and I'm happy. Okay, so nobody has made that mistake twice. Well, it happens, y'all. It actually happens. Oh, she said, I did. Okay, so D. Adams said, I did. Okay, thanks, D, for admitting that, because a lot of people probably don't want to admit it. So you got out of one abusive relationship and got back into another. How long did it take you to get into the second one? And was it because you didn't see no flags? You didn't read the room? What was it? What was the reason? And are you still in that relationship? She said both my kids' dad. Oh, okay. So you got you got back into another. But now was it because you had a baby? Was that the reason you got back into another one? She says, I only had one abuse relationship, never had one before or after. I was the one who left my ex-husband at the bridge when he said he was going to jump by. Oh, yeah. I remember that story. Oh, my God. I remember that. Oh, my God, Michelle. I remember that. She said, oh, hell to the no. You said you want to do what? Bye, Joker. She said, I could see a joke a mile away. I haven't had the experience to answer that question. Okay. I knew the signs, and that's how I knew Robert was an abusive narc. Wow. She said, I can honestly say my man never put his hands on me or never called me a B. Thank God. Child, I'm with you, LaTanya. I am with you. Never have I ever experienced no shit like that. When we used to hear like, all men call women B's, I'm like, wait a minute. Well, hell no, not my man. No way, Jose, baby. That's just some shit your ass is going through. Don't be putting it on everybody. Don't make everybody have to have went through that. Not saying that you're a bad person if you went through it and somebody else haven't went through it, but Just we don't all share the same experiences. She said, no, they have really bad anger issues and controlling ways. So did you know that they had controlling ways before you got into a relationship with them? Or was it like a thing that happened after you said you accepted the relationship, D? It only took one abusive relationship for me to realize I didn't want to live that way. Okay. Oh, wow. She said, shaking my head, not I, shaking my head, was married 26 years until death departed us. And now I'm single and happy. Wow. Okay. Sorry about your loss, baby. She said, I haven't had an experience. I've been in the same relationship since I was 24 years old. Oh, wow. Okay. Beautiful. I was too open about what I experienced previously, and the new guy mirrored what I wanted, but he turned out to be worse. I'm out of it now. Ooh. Now, you know what? That is a conversation we're going to have, because I mention it here and there, but we don't really get deep into it. Okay. We're going to have a conversation about that. You never, ever should go into your next relationship telling them about your past relationship like that. Not initially. You got to get to know a person, find out what type of person they are before you open up and share those type of things. Like literally. It's some women that don't even tell about the abuse that they've been in until after marriage. But I would definitely not go into a relationship. We're going to have a conversation about that. Okay. We're going to definitely have a conversation about that, because that is very important. Those narcissists will listen to what the hell you say. And just like you said, they will try to be the opposite of what you just told them that other man is, and it will wear off eventually. If they're not that type of person, that their little act, their representative that they trying to be, it'll wear off. All abusers wear masks in the beginning. They all wear masks. And then, baby, that mask gonna fall off. Some masks fall off quickly, and some fall off. It takes a little time, gradually, you know. But all abusers wear masks. They don't want you to know they're abusers. Like with Cora's situation, we found out that Justin abused his first wife, and he admitted that he abused her. He abused his first wife, but want us to believe that he didn't abuse Cora. If he abused his first wife, 9 times out of 10, he probably abused his second one. You know? So anyway, I'm going to end this live. Yes, I'm going to come back later. It is 4:07. Let me find out what's going on. I do have another story that I want to bring you guys, but I don't want to mix it with this live. So I'll probably squeeze it in a little later. She said, even though mine was abusive, my now boyfriend has no idea. Okay, keep it like that. Don't tell him. Don't tell him. Maybe one day, if y'all decide to, move forward, get married, you can tell them. We're gonna have a live about that for real, because that's so important. And I had to learn that the hard way, because baby, they will throw that shit in your face. Baby, they'll bring that stuff back up. You'll be like, wait a minute, what? They'll say some shit. If you tell them this person did this to you or did that to you, honey, they'll try to do it. Ooh, child. But anyway, we're gonna have that conversation, okay? All right, y'all, let me thank those that blessed this live. Thank you all for blessing this live with your presence. I do appreciate that. Thank you, KJ, for being a member for 17 months strong, baby. I love it. Thank you, Latanya, for renewing your membership. Thank you, Barbara, for becoming a member. Appreciate you. Thank you for that 9 months, Lashante. Ms. Nels, thank you. Tanya, thank you. Let's go, LOUDTalkerz. Drop them colors. Thank you, baby. Thank you, super fans, for coming through. She said Super Fans Network became a member. Oh, thanks for becoming a member. Didn't realize that. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Woman of Purpose. This reminds me of my man. Oh, yes, I read that one. Thank you so much for that love. And thank you, Tinkerbells, for that love. I do appreciate it. You guys are amazing. Okay. Don't forget, you guys, we have a raffle. I'm trying to close it by tomorrow. It's not looking good. But if you are interested, please go to the community board. I have 2 raffles going on to enter it. One of them is a $250 gift card. The entry fee is $25. The other one is a digital air fryer and toaster, an air fryer / toaster in one. All right, is a Cuisinart. So go to the community board. That's $35 entry. The other one is $25 entry. Get your entries in. I want to do it this weekend. It's not looking good, but hopefully we can get it done this weekend, okay? She says, how do I get... Wait a minute. What'd she say? Amora, how do I get in contact with you? Talk about it with Amora at gmail.com. Talk about it with Amora at gmail.com. Talk about it with Amora at gmail.com. Same as my page name, spelled the same exact way. Talk about it with Amora at gmail.com. All right. She says, not physically, but was very controlling, mentally, and abusive. Yes. All right. Anyway, y'all hit that thumbs up button for your girl, and I'm going to talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.
Because they can't make $1 without mentioning down one of our names.
Jay!
She kept talking about
We
that
got these
family.
hoes over there. About,
She kept
man.
talking about that family. She kept talking
Internet
about that
gangsters.
family. She kept talking about that family. She kept talking about that family. That family. She kept talking about that family. Talking about that family.
These motherfuckers don't be wanting to listen on them. Because they can't make $1 without mentioning down one of our names.